Hello everyone, I'm Joey, and this is the second time I'm trying to do this Facebook Live. I started my Sentimental Wishes craft along class and my internet just went out. The video just ended on its own and I have no idea what happened. I'll be calling my internet company again. But we had only just started, so yeah, I hope my friends who took this class, or those of you who are watching for the first time, that we won't have this happen again. So I hope my people that have pre-ordered the class will find me again, or at least find me on replay. So we're just going to go ahead and jump down. I'm going to let you see what we've done so far, and then we're just going to carry on from there and do the rest of our cards. So I'm going upside down, you'll be right side up. So here we go. So sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. I have to get you going on my iPad here. Hopefully you'll find me again. Crazy. I don't know. Oh, so frustrating. And then I couldn't get back on Facebook. I had to power off my phone. So, and then power it back on, and hope that it won't happen again. That has actually never happened, where the video just actually quit. So there, I see I'm back on again. Hi, Carol. So Carol has found me. Hopefully the other people who were watching and those people who pre-ordered the craft along will find me again as well. But I will upload this to YouTube, so it will be on YouTube as well. Hi, Kathy. Yes, I know, it's silly internet. I don't know what happened. It just quit. Now I'm trying to get the phone back in place, and I think I'm probably going the wrong way. I'm moving my phone and then slowly. Okay, so that is the right way. So sorry, everyone. Now let me get you out of the view of the iPad so you don't have to be looking at the iPad. All right, this is part 2 of our Sentimental Wishes class. There's not really 2 parts. This will be all in one part, but this is the second time I filmed it. So if you're watching on Facebook Live, then I'm sorry you started watching me and then you lost me, but now I'm back. So hopefully you can find me again as well. We started this card. I cut this stocking out of the DSP and this little bow out of the DSP. That's what I had done earlier. We added this little ribbon to the back. And then we're ready to just start assembling our card. I also added these 2 little sprigs. These are 2 die cuts from the bundle. If you did pre-order this kit, you have a piece of the gold foil, you have a half a pack of the DSP, you have the whole bolt of ribbon, and you have some gems. All right, let's go ahead and assemble this card. We did do our stamping already in our previous Facebook Live. That just stopped abruptly, so let's go ahead and assemble this card. These 2 labels I cut out of the So Sincere set of dies, and these will come already pre-cut in your kit. If you order this week, you can still get this kit if you use this host code. So that's the key, is using this host code, and you have to order by Sunday night if you would like to get the kit. And I'll send you everything that you're seeing to make these cards. You just won't get the full bolt of ribbon, the half pack of DSP, and the pack of gems that people got when they pre-ordered. But you will get all the card kits and the PDF tutorial. All right, let's go ahead. Your card base will be built 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 11. I was just checking the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, you are watching a Facebook Live recording, and so there will be some chatting, and I will be commenting when people comment, and as I said, it'll be a little bit chatty. Let's go ahead and this is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white, and let's go ahead and put an inside greeting on this while we're at it. So the outside says, let's celebrate the season, and then for inside greetings, we could have a very Merry Christmas. Let's do that. And this is shaded spruce ink. So let me come down here. I realize there's printing on this block. It was a gift from a conference that I went to. A Stampin' Up! Person put it on, and I didn't get it very straight. I had an in-person class last night. I explained that when I first started my video that quit, that I had an in-person class last night, so I was busy trying to get this done. I think let's go ahead, since it's a stocking, let's go ahead and put a stocking. Maybe not the whole thing on the inside, maybe just the bottom of it. Let's go ahead, let's use Pretty Peacock ink. It's one of the other colors in the DSP. So Kathy said, maybe the wind in Wisconsin blew off my Facebook Live. Oh, so you're having all kinds of wind, Kathy, it sounds like, in Wisconsin. Let me grab some scrap paper. If you already glued down your, something and you want to stamp over it, just grab your scrap paper and then kind of go to the edge of your paper like so. And then let's go ahead and just stamp the top of our stocking. Hopefully I got that inked well. Yeah, I think that looks good. Just go with that. The stocking is pretty big, so if you stamp the whole image, you won't have very much room to write, but maybe you don't like to write a lot in your Christmas cards, so so then maybe you want to stamp the whole stocking. It would have gone up here. We could have done it. It just doesn't give too much room to write. And I do write a little bit in my Christmas cards. I don't write a lot, but I do write a little bit. Let's go ahead and put down this layer of Poppy Parade. This is 4 by 5 1/4 as well, just like the basic white piece on the inside. You will also, if you put in an order this week to get these card supplies, you will also get the PDF with all the detailed instructions, close-up pictures, all the supplies I used. Okay, this is that gorgeous paper. This is another paper that you kind of hate to, we are going to use this print as well. You kind of hate to cover up one side because it's all just so pretty. Now for this one, I went ahead and butted this up all the way to the edge of the Poppy Parade. So, like so. This is about 2 1/4, I think, by, let me give you the measurements. 2 1/4, yes, by 5 1/4 for that one. Okay, now we're ready to assemble this card, and we've got card number 1 finished once we get some gems on it. Let's grab some dimensionals, and we'll put this. I saw a demonstrator once fill up both of her hands with dimensionals, and I've kind of started doing that when I'm hurrying. Whoops, I missed one. I do that quite a bit on my swap cards when I send them. As a demonstrator, we can do card swaps with other demonstrators, like a Christmas cookie swap, and however many are joining in on the swap, you make that many of one card design, and then you have a swap hostess that usually swaps those out and sends them out to everybody so that we all get, like if you do 15 in your group, then it would be 15 different swap cards. All right, I want this stocking to not come, I don't want the dimensionals on top of the dimensionals that I just put on the tag. So I'm going to go ahead and, for the past couple days, you've had a lot of wind. You know, we did too have a lot of wind, Kathy. I can't get this off, silly thing. What the heck? Oh my goodness. This day has gone a little rocky. I was a little late for my Facebook Live, and then, well, just 5 minutes, but still, I was a little bit late. And then my first one quit, as I said earlier. Let's go ahead and get this stocking down on this card. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I want to make sure that the edge of my stocking is not off the card. And you know what? If you're stamping with me, if you bought the if you pre-ordered the kit, I'm going to gently lift this off. If you haven't secured it down yet, move it just a little bit to the left. Like maybe those two little corners are off on the red and the rest isn't, because I'm having a struggle getting my stocking down. There we go. That's better, because I don't want my stocking hanging off. Let's go over just a touch. Now I could put, and I should have put, I got ahead of myself, a little adhesive on the toe of the stocking, and maybe even on the edge, this edge of it, so that it adheres down to the tag. So like so. Hi, Kim. All right, let's go ahead and get this down. There we go. And then this is all what we did earlier, and I'll probably leave that video up. See, I think this probably needs, mini glue dots will be enough for this, and I think that will hold it the best since we're dealing with ribbon here. So let's go ahead and grab some mini glue dots. I'm just gonna grab them with my fingers. You could use a tool, and that might be more helpful here. And I'm just, well, let me do this. You can actually see what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and stick down some mini glue dots. Some of my friends that pre-ordered this kit, they were watching earlier when my video just stopped, and I haven't seen them jumping back on yet, so hopefully they're gonna find me. But if not, they will get this video emailed to them so that they have all the instructions. Let's move this down just a little bit. I want the ribbon to kind of come off the stocking, kind of like my sample. So see, the glue dots pop it up as well, so it still lifts it off the stocking, which we kind of want. All right, now in your kits, if you pre-purchase this kit, I sent you these gems. So these are the adhesive back, no, that's not adhesive back hearts and flowers. That's in the wrong thing. Adhesive back sparkle gems, these are called. So now in the suite of products are these druzy, these gorgeous druzy adhesive back gems. And this is what I used on my samples, but when I ordered the kits, these were out, and so I sent you these, but these are very similar to these. So I'm going to go ahead, well, except this has black in it, and the sizes are a little smaller. But let's go ahead and use these today, since these are what you have in your kit. The druzy sparkle gems are back in stock. So that's good. If you want to get those, I would suggest you order them, because they're so sparkly and pretty. I just don't think they're going to stay in stock again. So I would suggest you buy them. So we're going to get these, and let's just stick one of the clear ones. I think I'll do it like my sample. And then maybe a smaller one up here. You could put all big ones. These gems are just a little bit larger in general. Let's go ahead and put a larger one of this color down here, like so. So then we've got our 3 gems, and then our first card is done. Have a Merry Christmas. So I think that DSP just makes it so pretty, because you can cut those images out of your DSP. So there's card number 1. And let's see, let's move the phone out just a touch more this way so you're not catching. I've got my iPad down there, and that's not the best to look at. Okay, let's go to card number 2. So there's number 1. Let's go to number 2. If you're crafting along with me, that you already have the pre-cut kit, or you purchased the supplies later, let's take out this card. So if you're crafting along with me, let's take out that one. So this is what your kit looks like, other than I did not pre-cut your DSP. So your DSP is cut out 1.5. Let me check that. I think it's 1.5 by 3. Yes, 1.5 by 3, and I just chose complementary patterns. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm happy you like my card. Then our card base for this one is Poppy Parade. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So that's our card base. Then let's go ahead and do the inside of this card as well. The outside is going to say, have a Merry Christmas. So let's put, let's just go ahead and do the inside greeting, wishing you joy and happiness. I like that one. We're putting that on another card as well. And since on the front we've used Poppy Parade ink, let's use that on the inside. Grab my Poppy Parade ink. And if you pre-order the kit, or again, if you put in an order this week to get the supplies for this card, I also include the insides of your cards. Just everything you see here is what you get in your kit as far as just the card supplies go. Wishing you joy and happiness. I'm straightening up my cardstock. I think it kind of helps me get it straight. There we go. Yeah, that one turned out good. So let's go ahead and get that cleaned. Then I'll close my ink pad, because open ink pads are dangerous in my stamp room. I don't know about you, but they are in my stamp room. I'm going to turn this over. I always try to never have an open ink pad unless I'm actually stamping with it, just because I can't be trusted to not get ink everywhere, or drop my card in the open ink pad, or drop my stamp in the open ink pad. It's been known to happen. I don't know if that happens to you, but that happens to me. So I keep my ink pads closed. All right, let's go ahead, and that's the inside of our card. Now, this is Shaded Spruce cardstock. I ran this through the exposed brick embossing folder. There, you can see it a little bit. So, and for this, I'm going to put this at a little bit of angle, kind of like that. Let's go ahead and get the adhesive out. Now, normally I would probably use glue on this because it is embossed, but just to save time on the video, I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner, my Stampin' Seal. Let's go ahead and put this at an angle, and then let's do these. Let's see, which did I add? This one goes here. And this, I wouldn't have to do it the exact same way, but I will probably just for the sake of the video. So I'm going to start with this one, and these are all going to go at a little bit of an angle too. This is a super easy card template. If you want something a little bit out of the norm and a little bit different than what you normally see, this is a great template. And my friends, this helps you use up your paper. You know, those of us that are paper hoarders, sometimes we have trouble using up our paper. So I would suggest this is a good way. Make your strips, your 1.5 inch strips, and then cut them by 3, which is also a good paper saver, because then you get 4 out of 1 strip of 12 by 12. This paper is 12 by 12. I showed you the my samples, my 6 by 6 samples that I keep in my keep as part of showing you all the papers. I just keep 6 by 6 samples of all the papers we have. But this comes in 12 by 12. Then I have cut for you in your kit. You will have this Poppy Parade stitched circle from the Stylish Shapes. Gosh, I gotta think of my words today. What are things called? The Stylish Shapes dies. And if you don't have those, they're so handy and versatile. You've got, in that set of dies, you've got stitched circles, you've got stitched banners, and you've got stitched squares. So it's really a good one to have. Now let me pull out my, I kind of dumped out my envelope here where I probably shouldn't have. Let me see what else I've got. Looks like you will have a piece of basic beige. I'm not seeing mine because, again, once I get started on Facebook Live, everything kind of becomes a hot mess. So I dumped out my card supplies. Let me grab a basic beige piece of paper, and we'll just go ahead and cut another greeting. I think this greeting is like 1 inch by maybe 3 inches. I usually write it on the back. Let me check. The greeting is 1 by 2.5. So let's go ahead and do that. If you pre-order this kit and you don't have this piece in your card kit, let me know and I'll send it to you because you should have it. Okay, so this is 1. Get over here. 1 by 2.5. I'm sure it's here someplace on my desk, but or my sleeve brushed it under something. But again, if I did leave these out accidentally, let me know and I'll send them to you. Going forward, if you get next week's kit, you will have this. I mean, if you get this kit because you ordered, oh, I can't even talk today. I don't know what is going on. If you order this week to get this kit, you will get this piece of basic beige in your kit. All right, let's go to Have a Merry Christmas. And let's go ahead and stamp that in Poppy Parade. Go ahead and stamp it. And I like basic beige with this kind of vintage paper. And again, I said this all in my first video that crashed, but this paper goes to, if you purchase this paper, $3 of it goes to organizations all over the world that are helping with children's literacy. So it goes to charities that are supporting children's literacy. So that's where your $3 goes if you order this paper. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to get this down here, about like so. But I think actually before we put this, well, let's go ahead and put a dimensional down. And like so, we need to die cut another stocking. So I kind of have to wait and see where my stocking is going to land before, actually, I'm not pushing that down. So let's go ahead and die cut out of our DSP another stocking. Hang on, let me get the die cutting machine. And we'll get this die cut. Alrighty, we just need one more stocking for this one. So let's go ahead and get this. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a little piece of tape so this doesn't move. This is Post-it tape. Now I'm not sure whether I said this in this video or the last one, but this is Post-it tape that I get from, I just ordered from Amazon. So we're gonna put that through. And let's go ahead and I'm gonna gently peel off my tape. You can reuse this, and that was one I had already used. Sometimes you only get about 2 out of it, but I always keep it just in case because you can reuse it. Okay, that's all I've got for this one. Let's go ahead and, oh, thanks, Julie. I do like this layout too. I have actually used this layout for saving paper, even though I'm encouraging everyone to use their paper because it was a swap card. So then I can use multiple kinds of paper. And I usually do, this group that I swap with, we usually make 16 cards, and we can sign up for more than one set. So I usually sign up for 2 groups. And this is a really good way to save your paper and use up your paper all at the same time. I just love these die cut stockings. They're just so cute. And I didn't color these because just to save time on Facebook Live, but they would be really, these stockings would be really fun to color. We're not coloring them today. Let me just grab this is how I get my ribbon open. I kind of squeeze it like this. Let's see if this is going to work. Yeah, kind of, sort of. And then try and catch that little piece of the solo right there, which I think I cut it so it's not catching. Of course, on Facebook, this is how it goes, and sometimes on live video. See, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. I think I sliced my ribbon a little bit, but I think it's going to be okay. So let's make a bow. You know, I was watching a video. I have one friend that I met recently on the Mexico trip for Stampin' Up, and I've been watching her videos, and she does not do live videos. She just records in her studio, and they're so perfect. Not like this, where things go wacky. But hopefully, this way, if you want to ask me questions or you've got comments, I can see them. But even if you're watching replay, I would love for you to make a comment, because I always come back and read my comments. And if you have questions, answer your questions. So here's our ribbon again. This is the Shaded Spruce. I don't know if I told you about this. It's satin and sheer ribbon. Shaded Spruce, satin and sheer ribbon. It's just really pretty. It has a little sheen to it. Let's grab our mini glue dots. And for this ribbon, since it's a little bit wider, I'm going to use 2 mini glue dots here for this card. Let's go ahead and stick it down here. We'll get right simple. So I just put this right at the corner of this little tag. Now, probably should have trimmed this up just a teensy bit more. You don't want your tails or any part of your ribbon to be actually longer than your card. Even though it looks pretty on video, it will get messed up when you put it in your envelope. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. And there's our card. Let's go ahead and back and grab these gems as well. Again, these are adhesive back. No, dang it. I said that but the last time. These are adhesive back sparkle gems. I've got the wrong backing on that. I'm just going to toss that so I don't keep calling it the wrong thing. Okay, let's go ahead and grab these gems and get some bling on our card. I'm going to go, for this one, I'm going to go with sparkle one back here. And then another big one up here. And then one of these guys. I don't know what color this is supposed to be. It's kind of like petal pink, but it's a neutral color. There we go. And I just liked it with these nostalgic colors because it has that little bit of softness. So there's our second card. All right, let's go ahead and let's move on to our third. Do you keep a layout resource? Julie's asking me if I keep a resource layout for templates. No, Julie, I don't. But what I do is go through my swap cards, and I do keep a basket of cards, you know, just the actual cards themselves, for templates that I want to copy. So in that way I do, and of course that's bulkier than having a PDF file or something like that, but that's what I do. And that helps a lot, especially if I feel like I'm stuck. All right, this time I'm not going to dump my whole envelope full of projects. If you order the pre-cut kit, you might want to find your one that has the pretty peacock background, and then I'll show you this one. This is actually a gift card holder, and this is not actually the card that I put in the middle of this. This one is. It doesn't matter. This greeting is not in this stamp set because this is a greeting I used for my in-person class, because I had to have these greetings for different cards. I don't know if that makes sense. But this is what I used for this one. So this is the pocket we're going to make here, and then you're going to slip in your gift card here, and then you can write on this little card. So if you have a gift card, it's going to stick in there. And there you have it. I think Christmas time is always a perfect time for gift cards or cash. So we could do cash as well. And there you go. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how to make this one. Let's do this inside card first. So if you're stamping with me and you've got your kit, go ahead and get out this little piece. This is, I think, 3 by 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And let's have a Merry Christmas in Poppy Parade. Kathy, you like live videos? You know, when I'm watching a friend of mine doing a live video, I really am happy to catch them live. And, you know, if nothing else, just to say hi. And whenever you say hello or comment anything, and you thumbs up or hearts or anything like that, that always helps me. And I really appreciate it. Okay, have a Merry Christmas. Let's close our ink pad. And then I think we'll take the holly branch. And we'll stamp the holly branch on the inside. Let's grab the pretty peacock ink. I think the pretty peacock ink is so pretty with the shaded spruce and Poppy Parade. Who'd have thought it? Stampin' Up! People are the best with color combination. That's another thing I do when I'm kind of stuck. I look through the catalog and I look at color combinations that the Stampin' Up! People have chosen. And sometimes I think, well, that doesn't look to me like it would work, but then I try it and then it's so pretty in person. All right, we're going to stamp this gorgeous holly leaf stamp. This is maybe my favorite stamp in this set of stamps. I just think it's really beautiful. I really like holly at Christmas time anyway. I think just the shape of the dark green leaves and then the berries. That's all. So pretty at Christmas time. Okay, there's got that guy. Then let's go ahead and stamp. Let's set that aside. I'm going to actually put it in my envelope. All right, I am going to dump my envelope, but I'm going to make sure I've got it all piled up here in the same place so I can find it. Let's go ahead and I'm going to just put this pile here so I know where it is. Now I'm going to get rid of the scrap paper and then let's go ahead and stamp. Oops, no, I do need this scrap paper again. So we're going to stamp our holly again. This is what we're doing right here. So I'm going to go back and I could have saved myself cleaning this. Hi, Kay. Hi. Oh, yes. I'm so glad you're here live. We were just talking about that with the girls that were watching, or people. I think so far just ladies watching. But anyway, with the people that were watching, we talked about live video versus, I'm going to stamp this a little bit to the right, versus straight video where people just make the video, they're not doing it live, and then they can have it be perfect. And I have friends that do that and they're really good at it. I like to do mine live because I just like to feel like you're here crafting with me. Otherwise I'm here in my craft room talking to myself while I'm making things. Okay, we've got that, and then we need, let's just go ahead and do our greeting here. For someone special, in your kit you will have a little piece of Poppy Parade, and it is, I think, 3/4 by 2, 3/4 by 2 1/2. And let's go ahead and stamp our greeting. And I think for this, I don't remember whether I used Poppy Parade or Memento Black. I'm going to grab Memento Black. Let's get this out of the way so it doesn't get any ink on it that's not supposed to be on it. And this time we're going to put for someone special on it. I'm going to ink it up really well. Whenever you're stamping on a color, you want to make sure you have inked your stamp really well. And I'm going to stamp it to the left of this little tag. And it's kind of crooked, so let's try that again. You know, our Stampin' Up! Paper is extra special. So I'm going to look at this. Well, I'm not finishing my sentences. That's when you know I'm getting flustered. Our paper is extra special because you can turn it over and stamp again. That was supposed to be funny, and I think it's probably not. All right, let's try this again. I turned it back over so I could see what I did wrong, and I had my stamp too high. So let's see if this is a little better. There we go. That's better. Lucky for us, we can just turn it over. Now, let's set all this aside and let's do our treat holder. Not our treat holder, let's close let's get that closed. Our gift card holder. So this is just this is normal, 5.5 by 8.5. And then I have scored it at 2 1/4 and then 6 1/4. So that's our basis of our card. So it's going to just fold like this. Now these are not the same. This fold is not the same as this one. So in case you're looking at it thinking like they should be the same, they're not. Because the top one, it overlaps the bottom one just a little bit. So let's go ahead and I'm going to use tear and tape. Again, it's just a little bit faster than waiting for glue to dry, but I'm going to put it way over to the edge. Am I in the camera? Probably not. I like liquid glue for holding things shut, like for pockets, but just for the sake of saving a little bit of time today. And you could put your tape on this flap instead of doing it like I did it. But I know on my sample I used glue instead of tape. So, because if I were making, I do make quite a few gift card holders when I'm doing a craft fair in particular, because people really like gift card holders for Christmas. All right, let's go ahead and take more of that gorgeous paper. Isn't this so pretty? So this is going to go up like here. I just think these blues and greens together are just so pretty. And let's, all right, put a panel here. And then let's go ahead and put a panel here. Again, you hate covering up these gorgeous Christmas trees. But there's a lot going on with this print, so we're going to use stripes on this side. So there we go for that. Now, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and get this guy down here. And I think well, let's assemble the tag first. So if you're stamping along with me, if you bought the pre-cut kit, or if you put your order in to get this kit, you'll have a piece of glimmer paper. These dies are in the kit, so they won't be die cut for you. Anything that's in the bundle, I should say, won't be die cut for you. Everything else will be die cut for you. I'm going to take these like so. This glimmer paper is from the Festive Glimmer, and it's Granny Apple Green. You get, in that group of paper, you get Garden Green. Whoops, what am I doing here? You get Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, and Real Red are the colors. And I'm just going to put this together at the stems like this. Make sense? Okay, then I'm going to put that, and I've got many glue dots on the front of these, but I'm going to put more. Glitter paper, and our glitter paper is so great because you don't get glitter all over your hands or your workspace. But glitter paper likes mini glue dots to stick. Because it has that glittery surface, it doesn't really love to stick to things. And we're just going to put this kind of like so. Because we're going to have candles that are going to go over the top of that. Let's grab our ribbon again. And we just need a strip of ribbon that's just a little bit longer than our greeting. So I'm gonna get out my ribbon scissors and let's just do a little snip of this, like so. And then let's just put adhesive on the back of this all the way along here. And then we'll put our ribbon just so it shows at the bottom of this little tag. So I'm gonna go kind of like so. And then let's trim it just a touch here. So it shows on both ends, maybe just a little bit more to match the other side. So there we have that. And then let's put that whole thing down on this. Now, for this, I am going to grab dimensionals, and then we'll do our stamping for our candles. And then we're done with this one. Let's go ahead and stick. I'm purposely sticking the ribbon to the dimensional is sticking the ribbon to the greeting tag right there. So I'll go like this and then take this off. And let's go ahead and put this like so. Now I'm not going to stick this down very much because I want to make sure I know where my candles are going. So we're just going to get all this ready and set that aside. And then we'll stamp our candles and finish up our cards. So this sweet little candle stamp, and the candles are sitting in the, well, where is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, you might want to take a coffee break while I look for my candles. For Pete's sakes, what in the heck, Carnation? And I haven't stamped with them yet, so they should have been sitting right here to the left of my workspace. Hang on, let's get the stamp set. Did I not mount them? No, I did. Oh boy. Oh, here they are. I am also blind when I do Facebook Live. All right, let's go ahead and stamp this in Memento. And we'll do a little bit of coloring. We'll end up die cutting this. So we'll stamp first. Let's clean this and put it back. I've kept all my stamps to the left of me so that I wouldn't, quote, lose them, unquote, of which I already did. Let's do some Daffodil Delight for our candles. This is very brief coloring. We're not going to actually even color everything here. But let's take, let's do the berries. And I'm doing them in Poppy Parade, even though holly berries would be red. But Poppy Parade matches our card, so we're going to go with that. Then let's do, there's a little bit of greenery, like evergreen greenery. So I'm just going to take my light mossy meadow. Wait a minute. I think I wanted Granny Apple Green. Let me grab Granny Apple Green for this. Or maybe Old Olive. I'm just looking at the colors in the trees. It looks like both of these are in there. Let's go with Old Olive. You can use any greens that you have. Now I'm going to go with light Old Olive for the evergreen greenery. And then I'm going to go ahead and color in my leaves here. There's two kinds of leaves. There's holly leaves and then there's something else. But we're going to go with Old Olive for all of those. Now I am going to put some shading on these. I did a little bit of shading on my sample, and for that I'm just going to go over the lines that the artist has already put in for the dark green, like so. Does that make sense? Okay, then just grab our light one back, and then we'll just blend that in. That's why these are so fun to color with, because they do all the work. They make you look like an artist even when you're not. I think that's supposed to be a berry right there that I colored green. Well, should we try it? Let's try it. I think that's okay. I think it works okay. I'm not coloring the candles any color. Let's go ahead and find our candle die, and then we'll get that die cut, and then we're ready to go. So how many of you watching do give gift cards at Christmas? Anyone? Or do you normally not do gift cards? I would like to know. So let me know in the comments whether you're a gift card giver or no, just gifts. Well, every time I get it set, then I move my finger and it moves it. Let me grab a little tape here. Okay, and then we'll get this die cut. All right, there we go. Now, if you're interested in next month's craft along, next month we're using the Snowy Wonder, it's called, suite of products. And I showed that in my first video that crashed. But let me grab it and show you really quick in case you're interested in that. So if you're interested in that, it's on page 33 in the catalog. I used this suite of products for next month's craft along. So you get a portion of the DSP. You'll get an embellishment and ribbon depending on what's in stock that I can get, but it goes with all of this. And then you'll get supplies for 8 cards. I prep 8, and we make 4 on Facebook Live. But I prep 8 for you, and you also get the envelopes with those. That's $37 for all that product. Plus, if you need shipping, the shipping is extra. So just letting you know. All right, let's go ahead and put this together. I think we've got everything. Let's see. Our candles are going to go here. I think I've got that spaced pretty well. But I think, since this is all raised up, well, I am going to put, I was thinking maybe I wasn't going to put a dimensional there, but I am. Because there's a dimensional I can feel on one here and one there, so I'm going to go right in between. And then, like so. Oh, dang it, what am I not even looking? I'm looking at getting it between the, oh, for heaven's sakes, Joey. Let me do it like this. I was trying to get my candles in between the green sprigs, and I didn't even realize I was covering up my greeting. So let me make sure I'm not covering up my greeting. Okay, you give out, Julie, Kathy gives out gift cards. Julie, her kids want e-gift cards. Oh yeah, I get that, Julie. That is probably easier for them. I'm going to turn this over and feel where my dimensionals are so I don't get this too bulky to go through the mail. Let's see, Kay, you give a fair amount of gift cards. I do too. We go to Colorado. We exchange gifts with my side of the family. They're small. We don't exchange gifts with Steve's side of the family, because what we do for them is we all put in the amount of money that we would have normally, here I guess I did this one over here. Oh, we can do it over here. Be a little bit different. We and then we donate it to a family in need instead of giving gifts to each other. And let's get some gems out. It looks like that might be crooked, but I might fix it later. And then again, I might not. But yes, I give gift cards to my nieces and nephews. And they're, well, I should say my niece and my nephew. And then we do give gifts to their children. They want not the children, the parents want gift cards. So that's what we do. But if you don't have a gift card to put in this, you don't have to have a gift card. This is just a cute card the way it is. I mean, we have the greeting. And if you have a Christmas letter, you can go ahead and put that in as well. Just be really careful that your glue only goes to the very outside so that you have plenty of room for your cards to slip in and out. Okay, so there we go. There's card number 3, and there's a piece of glue hanging out there. We got to get rid of that. So there's our cute little pocket card. We'll call it a pocket card because you might not need it for a gift card. But if you do need a gift card, then you've got an idea for that. There's card number 3, and then let's finish card number 4. If you are, again, if you're crafting with me, you'll want to pull out now this one, the pieces for this one. So you'll have this Poppy Parade card base, and then you won't have your DSP cut like I do, but you'll have everything else that's cut here for you. So I've pre-cut this just to save time on the video. And then let's go ahead and finish this card. So this is it's called a Joyfold card. And all that means is that you have 2 separate cards here. This larger one. And I'm going to just make sure I crease that really well. I'm going to put these parts aside for a moment. Then I'm going to grab one of my designer series paper, like so, and then we'll go ahead and put down our, I just really like all this paper. I'm not just saying that. I really do really like it. Now the Joyfold part of this comes like this. So this part is going to go inside like this. So let's go ahead. Let's do the inside of our card. Now this inside is not a stamp that is in this set. That's a stamp that is in the Greetings of the Season stamp set. And I use that because, as I said, for my in-person class, I use a different set of stamps for the inside greetings because then I don't have them it just makes it easier for the supply boxes because each card has a supply box, and then they don't have to share a stamp between projects. I don't know if that makes sense. If you're a demonstrator and you do live events, I'm sure you completely understand. But if you have the Christmas greetings, seasons of the greetings of the season, gosh, I'm going to do the same thing we did with our stocking. You could use the Happy Christmas from that. I'm going to use one of the greetings from this stamp set. Okay, I'm going to keep the stocking handy because we're going to do that again. But let's do an inside greeting for this. So we've got wishing you joy and happiness. So then let's go with wherever the Merry Christmas greeting is. Yes, have a Merry Christmas. I just really like that greeting. It's pretty simple and straightforward. And I'm going to come down here. I'll probably get my head in the camera. Sorry for that. I'm trying to line this up. There we go. Probably should have stamped that in red. I bet I did on my sample. Oh no, I guess I did all blue. So, have a Merry Christmas. And then, just bumped my coffee cup. We will need that ink in a moment. Let's go ahead and do more of this and get this ready. So this goes on the inside of this one, like this little blue card. If you have watched me before, I have used this Joy Fold before. I think it's really cute. And it's not hard. I'm not big on, I'm going to use glue on this to make sure we secure this down. I'm not big on fancy folds that are complicated. I just don't do it, because when I sit down to craft, I just want to stamp, to be honest. You know, die cutting I do as well, because that's instant gratification. But if I have to figure out complicated, I want to make sure I'm going right here. Yes. Okay. So we're just going to center this like so. If I have to figure out a complicated fold, I just don't want to mess with it. That's just me. I know some of you out there probably love fancy folds that are really complicated. And I love to get those cards because they're really, really fun to get in the mail. But I just don't like to make them. All right, then we're going to take this gorgeous paper, put it on the front, like so. And then, what have we got next? All right, let's do our greeting and our stocking. So, we're going to take the Pretty Peacock ink, and we're going to stamp our greeting. Let me get the scrap paper back out here. So let's get all this ready to go. We're going to stamp the stocking. And again, if you pre-order this kit, you have this scrap paper in it for 2 cards. So when you order the kit, you get enough supplies for 2 of every card. When you pre-order it. When you order with the host code for this week, you'll get the supplies for 1 each. Oops, we don't want that. 1 each of all the cards you're seeing today as a thank you for your order. Alrighty, let's do our beautiful stocking again in Pretty Peacock. And this one we're going to die cut. So we're going to stamp this down like so. And while we've got the ink out, let's go ahead and do our greeting. So the greeting on this one again is wishing you joy and happiness. Let's grab that. Here's our ink. Wishing you joy and happiness. Now again, since I'm stamping water-based ink on colored cardstock, I want to make sure that my stamp is really well inked. And it is. So that came out pretty good. So I think that's all our stamping. Clean the stamp. And then I'm going to take 2 seconds to wipe up the coffee I just spilled so it doesn't get on our card. All right, we've got all these bits here. Let me close my ink pad, and then we're ready for this card. We've almost done all 4 of our cards. Let's go ahead and put this aside, everything aside. We'll die cut this guy. And that is it for this card as well. So let's go ahead and grab our die for this. Again, this is basic beige. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I liked basic beige with this paper. I thought it looked really nice, and it looks kind of vintagey. Pretty Peacock itself, I feel like it's kind of a vintage color as well. I don't know why I say that. It just seems to me like it kind of is. Let's go ahead and put that down. Grab our top plate and go ahead and put this in. Julie says, the people who are close enough to come stamp with you are so lucky. Oh, Julie, I wish you could come. I wish you could come. I quit having people in during COVID, of course. And then when I tried to start back up in person, that's when, well, I started to go online, and during COVID, I'd never been online at all. I had literally no online presence. So then I had developed my online business was growing. Got it started at least. Let's go ahead and trim this. But then when I went back to try to get people to come back, they were hesitant. You know, it took a long time for COVID for a lot of people. Some people still wear masks. You know, they're still really anxious about it. But it didn't work very well when I first started coming back. So then I focused a little bit more on online. A lot of things cross over for online to in-person, but some things don't cross over as easily. Now let's go ahead and take our stocking. Anyway, long story longer, for the past several months I have just been inviting my friends. Well, I've been inviting my whole customer base, but I specifically send texts to my friends and say, hey, let's stamp together. Because for me, stamping, I started as a social thing. My best friend wanted to start stamping. She had a party. I kind of felt overwhelmed by the whole thing, to be honest. But she had a party. She really wanted to do it. So we each bought some stamp sets and some paper. And then we got together every week and crafted together. So it was really a social time. All that to say, I have missed stamping a lot with my friends. Some one has passed away. These are my people that started with me from the very beginning. One is still stamping with me, but she's having vision issues, so she doesn't come to class very often. But the ones that can come, this is making a long story longer, I have been making more of an effort to just invite them personally and to kind of get back in that habit of coming in and stamping together, because it's part of, for me, enjoying stamping. So, you know, it's such a great hobby because you can do it on your own or you can do it with other people. I've been using all big gems. Let's use a little gem right here. It's one of the reasons I love it. The instant gratification of ink to paper is the thing I really love. And then the second thing is doing it with people. So there you go, my friends. There is our last card. So I wish you could come too. That was a long response to saying I wish you could come stamp with me too. All right, let's go ahead and bring back all of our cards. And again, you can get the supplies for these cards by using this host code and putting in a $45 order this week. Let's get all of this lined up. Which is your favorite? I would love to know if you have a favorite. I don't know if I can get them all in or not, kind of. So let's go, let's see, I think we made this one first. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm so happy you like this card. Let me bring up my phone and let me flip. I gotta flip down here. There we go. Whoops, no, now what? There we go. Wasn't working for me. Let me get my phone tightened up here so it doesn't move. So I can come up and thank you and get rid of my glasses because they're so glary. Thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you very much. If you pre-bought this kit, I hope you've enjoyed making it. If you are getting it this week as a thank you for your order, I hope you will love making these cards too. It's been a fun time to spend with you, and I hope if you have any questions, you'll let me know, and I hope I'll see you for the next video. Thanks, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye.